We've said that there is a real challenge here. This is why Arizona led with the Opioid Epidemic Act last January. This isn't just happening in Arizona. This is happening all across America.
Yeah, it is a huge problem. That's Governor Ducey, obviously, during a news conference, giving an update on the state's growing opioid crisis. The number of prescriptions is down. However, according to state numbers, opioid-related deaths went up in 2017. Today, Governor Ducey will join Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona to launch a new program to help battle this continuing crisis. So this morning, Governor Ducey in studio with more on what really seems like a battle that's going to take forever.
Well, it won't take forever, but it is of priority right now. This is an ongoing crisis. This opioid epidemic has been able to be fought with an emergency session that we called at the state level, and also with a special session of the legislature where we were able to pass unanimous bipartisan legislation. And in addition to this, we have the border strike force so that we can interdict drugs that are coming across the border that actually help fuel this addiction crisis in our state. When you hear about the number of deaths, those happened after the session and some of the reforms that we've put in place that are actually showing some progress in the right direction. So we're hopeful.
So if the number of pills being dispensed is actually down, but the deaths is still up, is that a lag in the reporting of that? You expect deaths to be down next year?
Well, the number of pills being dispensed, the number of opioid pills that are actually getting into distribution are down about 40%. Prescriptions are down 43%. So we should see an improvement in this situation. Of course, we don't want to lose one life, but this scourge of addiction has really hit Arizona and America hard. And it's not only the opioids, it's the other things that you're seeing, like the spike in heroin use, fentanyl that's coming across the border. And that's where the border strike force comes into play.
Where are they getting these pills?
Well, the pills are being manufactured outside of our country, and they're coming over our southern border and being sold illegally. That's why we talk about border security and border protection and the good men and women in law enforcement, both at the state and federal level, that are trying to help us. And then our medical community has a big hand in this as well. Our doctors are doing a much better job. We're clamping down on doc shopping, and we're going after bad actors in this distribution chain.
What kind of a job are they doing at the border? Are they doing a better job at stopping this?
Well, there's a lot more attention at the border. You know that the National Guard has been deployed to the border. We've had a surge of badges to the border. We have the border agents that are forward-facing, but we've seen a surge in illegal activity, over 200% from February to March 2017 to 2018. So we're having regular conference calls with the Secretary of Homeland Security, Kirstjen Nielsen, and it's all the border governors, California, Texas, and New Mexico, that are being helpful in trying to stop this flow of illegal drugs and activity.
What is this costing the state of Arizona? Money that could be going to a lot of other programs.
Well, of course. But when you're talking about people's lives and safety, that's the top priority. So it's costing the state, of course, but if we can reduce the deaths, if we can reduce the addictions, we can then use those dollars in other places. But this is a priority right now in this administration.
Is this your biggest challenge right now, you think?
I would say it's among the biggest challenges. Of course, there's a lot of things that you have to deal with as governor, and public safety is always your top concern. But when you have an epidemic like the opioid epidemic, that's why we acted with the special session and a state of emergency.
Do you feel like you're on the right path? What if the deaths, it comes out that the numbers are still up next year? What do you do?
Well, we can take further action, but when you see the amount of prescriptions down 43%, when you see the amount of opioids being dispensed down 40%, that's a leading indicator that we should be headed in the right direction. But we're ultimately going to measure this by the health of people and the reduction in deaths, overdoses, and children being born addicted to opioids.
So you're going to have a press conference, Blue Cross Blue Shield, this afternoon. What's going to happen with this?
Well, we're thrilled whenever a provider like Blue Cross and Blue Shield's demonstrating leadership and investing in our community so that we can have more resources that go to counseling, treatment, and everything that's needed when you have an individual that's addicted.
Is this something that you look at every day?
Oh, yes, yes. This is
day.
something that is brought up every morning in our senior staff meeting. We were among the first states to have the most aggressive, thorough, and thoughtful, what they said, aggressive legislation in decades. So Arizona's been able to lead on this. This isn't only the state of Arizona.
Right.
This is across America right now. But I do think we're getting a handle on it, and now it's the next step as you want to see improvement for our citizens and more safety.
Well, Governor, we appreciate your time. We know you're busy with a lot of things right now. And one question, did you get feedback from teachers starting the new year?
I've heard from a lot of teachers got a raise, and I said, that's good. You earned that raise. You deserve that raise. So we want to make sure the superintendents and principals are getting those available resources that have been put forward from the state into our teachers' paychecks. And that's just the beginning. It's going to be a 20% pay increase by school year 2020, and we're excited about it.
Okay. Governor, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Scott.
We appreciate it.